In this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. With a chance to head to Arizona in 2 weeks' time for Super Bowl 57, we are underway now in the NFC Championship. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Right to the air is Rodgers. And his first look is incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That goes for a gain of 31.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Now a handoff inside. It's Peyton. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Here's Peyton up the middle. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a give, it's Peyton. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
On play action, now Rodgers. Open man is Hill, he's got it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there to set them up 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Rodgers going to throw. That's caught at the 2. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Peyton is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal will feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on third down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on third down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. A quick throw caught by Rice. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 26-yard line.
Marino will throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. A nice throw there. And this is a quarterback, you remember, looking to do what no other rookie has done, and that's lead his team into the Super Bowl.
And now you've made me go back down memory lane a little bit because we have had a few guys come close. Think about Patrick Mahomes in 2018. Second year in the league, but his first as a full-time starter. I go back to 2000 with the Vikings and Dante Culpepper. Also his first year as a starter. But this would be something I think would be very noteworthy.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From the 28, it's second and 5. They run with Jackson out of the gun, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Marino. That's caught by Jackson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Short pass tip, but caught anyway. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Well, sure looked pretty coming off of his hand, but sometimes you might have to take a little bit off of it. That one looked a little too hard to handle.
Yeah, but off the tip, hey, they still got the catch, right?
It's amazing, isn't it? Even when it goes wrong, it turns out right.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Now a handoff inside, it's Jackson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
Marino now off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. This will go as an 11-yard loss there on 1st and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. They'll send Rice in motion. Another try after the first down sack. Marino. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. From 17 yards out. And the Rams have taken the lead here in this NFC Championship game. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. On the return, Jalen Waddle for his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Seahawks take over first down and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing now is Rodgers. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Calais Campbell busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage, to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Seahawks take over first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines throwing for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And going deep for Hill. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, a better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
They'll be caught by Rice. That one a first down pickup of 8.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll throw on first down with Marino. Over the middle, that's caught by Owens. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Marino. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here we go again with Marino. Right side caught by Jackson. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. An 18-yard touchdown, Brown.
And the Rams continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
And 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. He finds his man complete. That's Harrison. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game.
Well, this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
Maybe a free play for Marino. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously, more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math, they did it well, and it works for them.
Now Marino on first down. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On second down, it's McCoy. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Now Marino to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Jackson. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down. Gets it out quickly here to the left flat. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, the decision paid off indeed. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
Brings up second and 9 at their 49-yard line.
Marino here from the gun. Over the middle, complete. That's Rice. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Touchdown, LA! Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible, let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The Seahawks send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And Sanders now to return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They run again with Jackson. And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now it's Rodgers. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He finds his man complete. It's Rice. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now a give. It's Jackson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Now Hill to return it.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Rams are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. On the give, here comes Jackson. And some room to run now. And now the rookie's free. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big playability. They can strike from anywhere.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Taken from about the 12. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. A partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On the give, here comes Peyton. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
On third down, here's Peyton. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And this is going to be caught. So an offensive final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to